And we're off on our next adventure. Who does 2 major beach dives on the same day? The Salty crew at Salty Locs Adventures. These dives are not for the faint of heart. They require maximum effort to kick out to the reef. It's a workout for sure. JP gives the dive 1 summary and pep talk for the start of dive 2. We caught 17 lionfish on our first dive. Maybe we can double that number? And here sits the Juliet liveaboard. Those guys have it made. They are smart and let the boat do all the hard work of getting out to the reef. On a good day, which is most days, we can see straight down to the bottom of the reef. We are at about 40 feet below me. Time to dive, dive, dive. With the sun getting ready to set, it's going to be a little darker on this dive. JP has got his hand on a nice bar jack. And there goes another one swimming by. I wasn't sure about whether I wanted this jack or not, and sure enough, he does a quick turn right when I decide to fire. Well, back to the lionfish. Oh, there goes a peacock flounder. Hold up. I haven't restrained and reloaded my gun, and there goes a massive mutton snapper. Why do they always seem to know when you are not a threat? I have to try for a quick reload, aim, and fire. Got him! Mutton snapper are fast and they sure know how to put up a fight. This guy has met his match today. When a kill shot is not made, it's important to finalize dispatching your catch as soon as possible. If not just for the sake of having a humane catch, a wounded or struggling fish can release distress signals or blood into the water, which can attract sharks. By dispatching your catch quickly, you minimize the time it spends in distress and reduce the likelihood of attracting sharks to your location. Lionfish love structure, and we oftentimes find them hiding in the safety of the reef. It takes a keen eye to spot them, as red is the first color to disappear at depth. And they are not always in plain sight, but use the reef for cover. It looks like JP found something. With no way to speak, we find other ways to communicate. More lionfish, of course. He does a great job of spotting them. Usually, unless we are in a tournament, he prefers to point them out. It could be a way to avoid getting stung again. I almost swam right past these two. It was at this very moment that I realized something was wrong. I hadn't clipped the Lionator pole bear back to me before pushing off from the last stop, and now it's nowhere to be found. I decide to turn back in an attempt to look for it since I am able to remember the last time I used it. The problem is that quite a bit of distance has been made since then. Scuba diving is a very intense sport, a high sensory activity, if you will. When you're underwater, your senses are engaged in various ways. You rely heavily on vision to navigate through the underwater environment, observe marine life, and appreciate the underwater landscape. Although sound travels differently underwater compared to on land, you can still hear the ambient noise of the ocean, such as the sound of your own breathing through the regulator, the movement of marine life, and possibly the sound of waves breaking on the surface. The sensation of water pressure against your body, the texture of your diving equipment, and the feel of the underwater environment against your skin all contribute to the tactile experience of scuba diving. While you're unlikely to taste anything specific while scuba diving, some divers may experience a slight taste of salt water if water enters their mouth while clearing their regulator or mask. Obviously, while underwater, your sense of smell is largely diminished due to the water blocking odors from reaching your nose. However, some divers report being able to detect certain scents, especially if they're close to a source of marine life. Overall, scuba diving provides a unique sensory experience that engages multiple senses simultaneously, making it a highly immersive activity. I say all of that to say this: make sure that all your equipment is attached in some way, because if you try to hold it in your hand, you will likely lose it.
I will reiterate how important it is to clip all of your equipment to you. Lionator. I don't know, maybe we'll see each other again someday. Until then, I'm gonna have to buy another one.
cheated and grabbed that piece, but look at how moist this is.